And we are live. We are live with just 4 minutes before we officially start. So just making sure that all is working here. Very, very shortly. Yeah. Okay. So this is wonderful, and this is completely and totally working, and I'm really, really happy about that. So in about 4 minutes, our live stream is officially started. So really excited about this last hour, getting everybody to come over to the fundraiser.bid/Quilters Delight to buy some all of that. So in about 4 minutes we will start. So for all of my friends on YouTube, come on down, come on down to the threesisterscenter.ca. Register, place some bids, get some quilts, support us. And I think that would just be fantastic. And for all of those people who are now joining us on the auction website, welcome. Welcome to the Quilters Delight online auction. I'm sorry, we have some technical difficulties.
I clicked on the arrow.
Yeah.
And it's just audio.
Okay. Then don't even try. Just
okay.
leave it be.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So that was my husband having some difficulties, but I've got it working over here. So, and I can actually see me talking live. So we're all good. I can't even begin to know what's going on over there. Okay, so it is 3 minutes to 7, and where was I? Welcome to the Quilters Delight online quilt auction. We are streaming live not from the center, because the center is not built yet. We are trying to raise money to build our center. So we are actually streaming live right now from Waterloo, where I can be comfortably online, trying to do everything that we need to do to raise some money. Now I've got hopefully no difficulties here as we try to continue going on, and we've got about 2 minutes before we're about to officially start. So let's see. Nope, I can still see me here. We're all good. So YouTube is lying to me, and that's okay. Okay, and we're going to push that. And there I am. Okay, so welcome. Welcome. And if you are actually on our website, you can click the watch live and you will see the icon there. And you will see me when you push play, and underneath that there is a picture-in-picture box option. Please click on that, and it will put my video down in the corner of your screen so that you can continue watching the auction as it progresses while I'm there down in the bottom. I can see that we have a couple people starting to join us now, and this is very, very exciting. So welcome to the auction, everybody. The Three Sisters Cultural Center is a center for arts and culture that we are building in St. Jacobs. We have the old Toman tire garage that is going to convert to an amazing center that's going to house about 7 art studios. It's going to have a small event space. It's going to have an artist lounge and some recording spaces as well. So it's just going to become an amazing little artistic hub in St. Jacobs, where artists who participate with us can then be exposed to international clientele, really. once we get over this COVID and I don't have to be sitting alone in my living room anymore and we can be out and about, I'm sure that all of the bus tours will start. St. Jacobs is an amazing little town, and people do come from all over the world to enjoy our region and everything that we have to offer. So I can't imagine a better place for people to come and artists to come and actually sell their work. Now that we are just a little bit past 7, I would like to start tonight by welcoming everybody. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today and doing this last hour auction with us. And, I would just like to start by recognizing the fact that here in Waterloo region, we are on the Haldeman tract. So I recognize the fact that we are on Indigenous land here, the First Nations people of Southern Ontario. Thank you so much, and we stand with you, and our hearts go out to you with all of the devastating news that we are hearing. Thank you so much. Now, we are a area that is filled with all sorts of diverse people, and one of the skills that has been growing in this region for many, 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 many years, decades and decades and decades, is of course the quilters. And we are actually known for our quilting and our quilters, and have some amazing history around the quilting in the region. And it's been unfortunate, but over the last 2 years, with us all experiencing COVID together, of course, our very well-known Quilt Fiber Art Festival has been put on hold. This is sad, actually. And so here at the center, we thought, we could help some of these quilters by actually giving them an avenue to sell their work and stay active in the public. And so we've created this auction just for them. So 30 pieces. Most of them are quilts. I have a couple of my own pieces in there, some of my dolls that I for one of the Quilt and Fiber Art Festivals several years ago. And so they're also in the auction, some creativity. And of course, always the fine weaving by Elsa from Silo Weavers. She is welcome in just every auction we have, and we have some beautiful pieces by her as well. So this is your amazing opportunity to bid on the quilts or bid on some art and or Afghans or other bits and pieces. And while you do that, you get to support our Three Sisters Cultural Center. So wow, how exciting is that? Now, it is worth me saying that as an artist, we do not ask our artists, those who contribute to our auctions, to give their work away for free. I personally do not think that it should be up to the artists of a community to give themselves away for free while everybody else gets to benefit from their work. So all of our auctions are actually set up so that the artist gets to set a starting reserve bid. So every single piece you will see in this auction has a starting reserve bid that is set by the artist. The artists themselves will get 80% of that bid, that starting reserve bid, and 20% of that will come to the center. So your very first bid mostly goes straight to the artists in support of the arts and the artists in our region, which is, of course, a fantastic thing. But we are here raising money for the building of our cultural center. So all of the amounts that come in after the starting reserve bid, these artists have been happy enough to allow the center to take 80% of that portion of the payment, and 20% goes to the artist. So this is an 80-20-20-80 split auction setup where everybody gets to benefit. And the center raises money when you, the client, starts to bid. So let's get some bids in on some of these quilts. I know we've had all sorts of people register here, and it'd be really, really important to start some bidding and get in your bids. And if you really like a piece, bid again, and we'll raise money to build the center. The center is going to be really quite fantastic. We've decided to vault the ceilings in the studio area, so it's going to just look so nice when you walk in that front door. We're maintaining the garage aspect, so it's not like we're ripping down the whole building and starting fresh. No, we really like the history of our garage in St. Jacobs. I think it's been there for almost 100 years. And so definitely well worth preserving and maintaining the quality of that tire center. So we'll keep the shell of it. We'll turn it into the studios, and in the where they used to store everybody's tires will now be a really lovely, intimate event space for small gatherings. I think we'll be able to fit about 100 people in that room. There'll be a bar and a service area for your event to be catered. So as we move out of this crazy pandemic time and start to meet in small groups, this is what that area is going to be for. And it's just going to be fantastic. We're going to love it. We're going to put a stage in on one area, a removable stage, so we can do all sorts of things in there, like CD release parties and like small office parties and meetings. And we're going to get a digital wall up on the side so we can have some small dance parties and vaccine parties. And wouldn't you love to be able to party for all of those kids that have graduated high school and college over the last 2 years and didn't get to celebrate? When this is all over, we've all got our shots, you can come on down and have a party in the center in the event space in the back. And this will work when we raise enough money to be able to actually build the center. And it's coming along really, really nicely. We are this close to getting our building permit finally complete, and to actually start the build. And we have our contractors are waiting in the wings to be the go ahead, and off we will go. And I think that it'll be very exciting. I personally get very excited about construction, so it's just in my family blood. We come from a construction family, and so when I see things being built, it inspires me. And this is right smack dab downtown St. Jacobs, right on the corner of King and Cedar. Part of the lot has already been renovated and rented out to the Tasting House, which has done a soft opening over the last couple of days. So our good friend Terry is in there selling artisanal food and drink from all sorts of local shops and areas around. I just realized that my poor Facebookers are like looking at my back over here, so I'll just move that a little bit. Of course, for all of those on Facebook who are watching me, if you actually go to fundraiser.bid/Quilters site, you will get a better shot and you'll be able to see the actual auction and see what's going on, and you can register and you can bid for things. Because that's what this is all about, really, isn't it? Is being able to bid for quilts. And the quilts are beautiful. We have some amazing quilts here on offer for you. Now, because this is actually embedded straight into the website auction, again, if you hit the picture-in-picture button and you push me off to the side, you should be able to see and hear me, other than my husband, who has some technical difficulties. Hopefully everybody else is being able to see me and hear me, and then actually see the quilts at the same time. So I am not going to attempt to show you some of the quilts right on this screen. You actually have to go to the website, fundraiser.bid/Quilters Delight, to actually see these fantastic quilts. And we can totally scroll through them with you and talk about how magnificently beautiful they are. Gosh, we've got some amazing talent. You know, art is such an interesting thing. So many people are creative. So many people find different ways of expressing themselves artistically, and they never ever actually believe that they are artists. And I think that a lot of quilters kind of fall into this category. It can be quite an isolated journey, but quilting is also something that is set up as a communal thing as well. There was the day where we'd all get together around a table and all do the quilting stitching on one single large quilt. And that's really lovely. And that, I'm sure, still takes place, especially amongst our Mennonite quilters today. But a lot of these quilts actually, uh, if they are not hand quilted, are machine quilted and done on what's called a long arm quilting machine, which you need a really big room for. And I know that one of the ladies who really, really helped me a lot to get this going and up and running was, of course, Pix Martin. And she's very well known local quilter. And I think a lot of the piecing and put the quilt together and then rush it down to Pix's. And she actually does the quilting on her long arm quilting machine. So I've actually have all sorts of artists in here who have credited her for the actual quilting. So some of these pieces, you know, have many different loving hands and on them to be able to create them, and they're just quite lovely. If you are actually on the site, again, this is fundraiser.bid/Quilters Delight. Or you go right to our website at threesisterscenter.ca and follow the auction link. We'll take you straight to the auction. You can see some of these amazing ones. The first two quilts on the site are by a woman. Her name is Corinne Bell. And I actually had to use her quilt one way as one of our signature quilts in our advertising because, wow, talk about a stunning quilt, talk about amazing detail, and the color work is fantastic. I have a friend who does quilting, of course, and when she quilts, she has to dedicate a wall in her studio to the quilt. She's put up a big flannel sheet that actually holds strips of fabric on it when she places it on it, so she can see the quilt before it actually gets pieced together, and she can play with her colors and things like that. I am a fiber artist. Of course, I make dolls. Quilting, I have made a quilt. It's just not easy. You have to be super detail oriented to be able to pull this off. And very fastidious about all your corners and all your pressing and everything like that to get everything to line up. So this is really quite a skill set. And where I found some of the most artistic processes taking place was actually right at the very beginning, trying to pick all of the fabrics that are going to go together into a quilt. And that's just not easy, you know, when you're sort of sent off to the fabric store and told to find 9 different fabrics that are all going to go together. So for all of those quilters out there who don't consider yourselves artists, shame on you, total artists. Just that afternoon, I think for my little quilt, I think we spent a good 3 or 4 hours in the fabric store piecing together, trying to find 9 fabrics that all work together. That itself is a huge creative process. So, you know, good on you. And then, of course, you get to go through all the piecing work and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, really, it's a tremendous amount of work. So I love the rainbow colors that are running through One Way by Corin Bell. And I love the way she's got that cream color fabrics running to create the arrow as well. If you are on Facebook or on YouTube watching me and you're wondering what I am talking about, you really have to go to fundraiser.biz/Quilters Delight to take a peek at the catalog to see what I am actually talking about. And of course, you can keep me in your bottom corner when you press picture in picture, and you will be able to hear me and watch me as I talk you through this last hour of bidding. So we actually have 45 minutes left in the bidding. So I would just like to say, come on, everybody, start putting your bids in. A few of these pieces have gone. There have actually even been a couple pieces. I tried something new with this particular auction. So one or two pieces actually have a buy now price in it. So if you just really don't want to do an auction at all, but really love the piece, if the buy now is available for you, then snatch it up, and it will close that one right away, so you can buy now. Um, I would just like to say that none of my friends are texting me frantically to say that anything is terribly wrong here. So I'm going to assume that everything is working very well as I continue going through these. So Corin Bell actually gave three different quilts. She gave us, well, she's put into this auction one called Strip Search, which beautiful turquoise and black and gray. And go on into them, you will see where all the detail is for these. And so the lady that did the photography for us actually photographed the back and did a detail shot of each of these, and uh, and also did a square straight on. She did a fantastic job as well. Both Pix and I believe her name is Carol did that, and just Carolyn, and did just a fantastic job. So thank you so much to Pix and her friend for that, and for helping the quilters be able to actually get into the digital world to be able to let us do this. And of course, Corin Bell also did little dogs in sweaters, which is just so cute. Oh my gosh. So if you are I believe those are Dachshund little wiener dogs. If you're a Dachshund fanatic, that is definitely the quilt for you. That would be the one to be bidding on to add it to your little Dachshund collection. Totally, totally cute. We had got fantastic quilts by a quilter by the name of Susan Craig White. She just really bright and beautiful. And so a couple of these I've also had to use in our advertising as well because of the quality and the color is really, really lovely. Um, Someone did text into the Facebook site and said, "What kind of a quilt pattern is that?" And honestly, I can't tell you. I can't. I'm not a quilt specialist, but I just love a very. I have used an antique quilt I got from my mom as our bedspread forever, and I can't. I couldn't imagine being without it. To have a product where you can actually see where people have hand stitched in it, and you can see where the work has gone into it. It's just a magnificent thing, and that's what these quilts are like. The work that has gone into this. I have I'm starting to get some breakup on the video here on our website, and I want it to be good. So I'm going to turn to the Facebook people who live on Facebook and say to you, if you want to continue watching this, you have to go to the auction website, fundraiser.biz/Quilters Delight. You can also find the links through our website, threesisterscenter.ca. Go to the auction link and watch live. Will pull me back up. But I'm going to end the Facebook Live here right now because I think it's probably eating up some of my bandwidth. So thank you so much for joining us on Facebook. But come on down to 3center.ca to watch the auction live. Now is your chance. You've got just over a half an hour to register and bid and get yourself a quilt. So signing off on Facebook, and we'll see you over on the website. Thanks for joining us, guys. Okay, so hopefully now they will all come running over. Oh.
Okay, hello, Facebook
No,
friends.
oh,
In a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, technical difficulties there, but we've got that all solved. Good job. So hopefully they will come running over to threesisterscenter.ca and watch the auction live. And yes, cleared up my video a little bit. Hopefully everybody's getting me as well. Now is your chance. Bid now. So registration for this online auction is super simple. On the page that describes what the auction is about, I've actually put a little video to walk you through the registration, but it's really, really simple. Just click, online registration and fill in the information. I'm doing that for a very specific reason. We want that when people actually bid on these, we want you to be serious about it. If you're going to help, you're going to be serious about it. So yeah, you got to put in your credit card. You're the one in charge of the final payment. So you're going to bid. If you're the high bidder at the end of this, you're going to get a notification saying, "Yay, you won the piece! Congratulations! Press this, pay for it." So you are in complete control of the payment process, and you're in complete control of the bidding process as well. And once you register, bidding is super simple. Just click on what you want to bid. I've got increments already set up here, but you can say, you know what, I'm just going to toss in an extra couple $100, just get those bidding up there, and you might just walk away with a really nice quilt. This is all about the center and all about the artists in the region. So when you win your piece, when you win your quilt, you will, I'll contact you and we'll set up a date to meet up at the center in St. Jacobs where I can give you the quilt. This has been such an amazing system for an auction because I don't have to be handling these pieces until they actually sell. Pix has looked at each one of them. She and her friend have photographed them for us, and so they're all checked out that way. And then when they're sold, I actually will get them into my possession, and then I'll give them to you, and we can set up a time to do that. This will, of course, have to be during a time that we all agree upon, because yes, Ontario, we're a little slow, and here in Waterloo Region, we are not open to stage 2. So you're going to contact me, and we will actually set an appointment, and we can get that quilt to you. There was a lady who actually, luckily the quilt she wanted did have a buy now price on it. She took advantage of that right away when we opened up on the 1st at 10 o'clock. And lovely lady, happy to have met her, because that was the baby quilt, and it is off to the newest bit that's joining her family. I think her grandbaby is on the way. So she was thrilled. She came up the next day, and we managed to get that quilt to her, and off she goes with a lovely present for her, the new baby that's coming into her family. So thank you, Joan. Joan donating the full amount of that purchase actually to the center, because she really wants to see that built. And thank you very much to the bidder who actually just bought it right out. Just like, I'm just going to grab that quilt, and we're going to support and help and buy and be happy. So I want to see some bids. Come on down and bid. Once you're registered, you just click on the button and bid away, and you can get some amazing quilts. Now, you might be thinking, I am just going to slip in the last 5 minutes and put my bid in the last 5 minutes. And, that's very, very sneaky. I've done that when I'm at a live auction. You're kind of standing there with a pen beside the piece you want. You write in your name. And if someone sneaks in, you're right there again. But I'm going to tell you what. I have put on a little option here that if anybody comes in the last 5 minutes and places a bid on the piece, it won't close right at 8. There are going to be a couple more minutes. So if anybody else wants that, they'll have a chance to come in and maybe up your bid a little bit. So don't wait for the last 5 minutes. Bid now. Let's get some of this bidding going. I want to see the little notifications up in the corner saying that you are bidding and buying quilts. I know all sorts of people have registered for this auction, so I'd like to start a little bit more in the way of bids taking. We've had a few bids come in, but I know from my past auctions that everybody likes to wait for that last couple of minutes just to slide in there to see if they can get that at the best price. But, this is about supporting the center so that we can build it. Just imagine what we could do with an art center like that in St. Jacobs. So being not yet, only doing work online, we have already hosted, this is our 4th auction. I think we have sold, we must have sold about 16, no, am I even remembering? We're selling about $4,000 worth of art every single auction, which is just a lovely thing. We've also held a call for entries for the Quilter lot. So we're setting up a public seating area in St. Jacobs in our parking lot before we're even open. And we're getting some art up there as well. So it'll be like an outdoor art gallery, just a lovely place to sit and enjoy a sandwich. And we've actually even helped with the Elmira BIA and the Township of Woolwich putting up the Elmira art exhibit as well. These are all the things that we've done in the last year without even a center yet. So just imagine what we can do once we build this center. It's just going to enrich the art and culture in the region like you wouldn't believe. And I'm really looking forward to be able to run the day-to-day operations of that center and to help artists be able to set up shows. You can come into the center. You can rent the event space for a one-person show or a two-person show. You put shows together for yourself. We're going to be hosting shows, so you can always come and participate in those shows. Or, of course, you can rent your studio with us, and you can make yourself available to tell from all over the world on a daily basis there if you so choose. Every single one of our studios is going to have its own sink. So artists, you can make your mess in your area, and we won't mind. You can do what you like in your studio. And every studio in this center is going to be autonomous as well. So if you really just don't want to deal with the public at all, you can close your doors and you can just work away and not be bothered. Or if you're feeling a little bit more like an extrovert that day, you can open up your doors and let the public come in and you can sell directly to them. As the center, we want to make ourselves available, our services available to artists in so many different ways. So there is the possibility, like I just described, of renting studio space from us and selling directly to the public yourself. But the center will also have space for a gallery. So if you want to leave your work on consignment with us, we can make it sale as well at a very reasonable percentage rate for you. Or you can rent the event space for your own shows, your own release parties, your own practice sessions, whatever it is that you'd like to rent the event space for, and that's going to be available for you as well. And I think what is going to be very exciting is the recording. I was so pleasantly surprised by the basement in this tire garage because it is a huge concrete bunker with really high ceilings, totally dry and clean. So we're going to finish that off so beautifully, and it'll be nice and soundproof down there. And I think too we can also make it available so that you as an artist can have a place to properly photograph us. And one of my personal pet peeves is when you've got this beautiful piece of work, but you're propping it up against the side of your sofa and you're taking a photograph of it with your cat's tail, covering part of the. It's cute, No, that's just no way to professionally put yourself forward as an artist. Does not work. So I think what most artists need, because I know for years of trying to photograph art, it's not easy. So I think a room with proper lighting and a proper way to hang each piece or set each piece up and to actually take a proper photograph of it so you can show yourself professionally online is definitely a service that we put to provide this space for you to do that in. So these are just a few of the small things that the center is going to make available for artists. Come on down to the auction, place your bid, register and bid. There is a quilt in here called Lone Star by Melissa Frey. And wow, the centerpiece of any bedroom as actually placed hanging capacity for hanging on the back of these quilts, so that they actually hang on the wall like just like a painting. And wow, spectacular! The square one, 94 inches by 94 inches. It's quite lovely and deserves to be hanging on someone's wall. We have some classic styled like quilts, but we also have some wonderful modern quilts. And some, especially like Hicks Martin's quilt, Let's Celebrate, is celebrating Canada Day with fireworks and some Adirondack chairs. What a perfect quilt. That's exactly what that quilt is, is for. It's so amazing. But she's also done a very modern looking quilt called Cityscapes, and the color work is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I just love the capacity to have rainbow pastels running under sort of a black look. It's just really fantastic. So again, if you are watching me actually on YouTube and you want to know what I'm talking about, you have to come to threesisterscenter.ca, go into the auction, and you will see these pieces that I am talking about. And you can register and you can start to bid and we can sell some of these. Oh, yes. So someone who's just placed a bid for Corinne Bell's piece is one of the first ones that I was talking about. One Way, that amazing rainbow quilt. Thank you so much for the person who just bid on that. You're going to be lucky if you get it, but there's still a half an hour. So all sorts of people can come in and place their bids. And I just really hope, John, that I can't solve any technical problems.
No, I want you to. I was just seeing if we cleared up.
No. Okay, so come on down, start placing some bids. Nice to see that one go. If anybody registered earlier in the week, they might be checking in the last half hour right now to place their bid. Do it. Just do it. You're worth it. You're worth having beautiful pieces of art in your home with you. I know I have a lot of art in my home with me. There's some of my dolls in the cabinet right behind me, but that was just a personal private view there. Art is what adds flavor and spice to life. And there's one sort of interesting aspect about the virus is being able to have a window into everybody's home that you get when when you do all these Zoom calls. And I'm sad when I see blank walls behind these people. It's like they've created this little prison for themselves with nothing on the walls. I just want to send them art through the mail or something. Just get some color in there. I don't care what it is. Please add color to your life. And this is an excellent way to do it, is to actually come in and bid on these pieces. we have there is a piece called Shirts by Elizabeth DeBoer here. Oh, we got another bid. Christmas quilt, Donna Ferguson. Nice. That's a beautiful piece. Oh, thank you, bidder. That's going to be exciting. Here I am just uh, describing Denim and Shirts by Elizabeth DeBoer, because she has actually worked in shirts into this piece. So you can see cuffs and the colors and the buttons and the sleeves and the pockets that she has worked into the detail of this piece, which just looks so cozy. And of course, my favorite color combination, that yellow and purple together. I just love that combination with the pale green. It's just that would just make a wonderful addition to anybody's home in those beautiful, beautiful colors. We do have a couple pieces that are like quilted, but they're artistic as well. This is Diane Eastman's pieces, designed as wall hangings and to tell a little bit of a story. So not necessarily a quilt that's going to go on your bed at all. These are definitely to feathers and things like that added to them. They're very beautiful. She's done so much work on these. Really, I think the color is fantastic. So this is artists, because fiber artists, I know with the making dolls, yay, it's bricks or whatever. You'll have to find out. So with this quilt, and this is just one of these lovely things to tell a story. And her last page here, I have 3 dolls in this auction, in your creativity, and I made these dolls originally for the quilt. Thanks, Hello Weavers, for inviting. I have 3 of them for her garden. Our local experts, and meanwhile, you can just your husband at the tasting house, and then of course the culture lot. You can name the tasting house, and where we're going to build a center, so you can have a rest down there. Grab yourself a seat. There's going to be some beautiful art, which is going to show up next. And I really, really like. Oh, and quilts come in by Donna Ferguson as well. She has done the Christmas quilt has a bit on it. I'm so grateful for her that she did some really fantastic for us. So this is the Octria auction sites, and I'd like to just do a shout out to them. They'd be super helpful, helping me set for this type of a process. I think maybe our next just host an actual live auction online, where we can have like paddle way. So at a party, exciting with some music. Lovely big in for one of Jennifer's pieces, the little red one. Good on you, Jennifer. You just sold it. A lovely piece. And you see, this person waited for the last 5 minutes to get Little Red by Jennifer Shum. It is a beautiful quilt. It's got Little Red Riding Hoods all over it. Very, very cute, and a fantastic size quilt for the price. And just to let you know, people, is designed so that if someone bids in a minute, it won't close right away. It will send. I think everybody will bring their phones, and that's probably how you're going to be bidding. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks to Mitty. Another bid just went one way. So the last 2 minutes, we'll see how that goes. If you really want it, I mean, really, it's a very reasonable price for such. And I think if you were just to go and buy a quilt like this, beautiful quilt, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to. So now, if you want it, honestly, if you got a bid on it before this one closes, it's all very exciting. Bids, you've got still probably about